Look at him. Oh.
Champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. Don't want to see a show? The champ is here.
Didn't want it. Oh my gosh.
The champ is here. Thousands of years I've stood on stages, reciting from memory epic pages. The ballads of heroes, contrite and contrived. The myth and the glory is nothing but lies. Man, who will stand up and say, enough's enough?
Enough, enough.
Where are the legends with all the right stuff? Or the John Wayne cowboy? When going gets tough, look around you. Times are real rough. Pedestal pantheons have crumbled down. Ill-suited kings have lost their rightful crowns, with political bimbos running around and leaders who can't keep their pants off the ground. See, we've lost the icons who were once worthy in government, sport, and even the movies, with priests and coaches with handfuls of roofies, and we, the people, are left with a doozy. But this hero's legend is the true cause which you are about to behold, because in the face of a nation facing blatant segregation and discrimination, one day Cassius Clay changed his ways and his name and became Muhammad Ali, who stood up for what he believed to be true. And when everyone told him, sit down and shut up, he refused, because he was confident and dominant and didn't mind flaunting it. He was black and proud and, well, I'm white and loud. Can't change it or rearrange it. The only difference between me and Muhammad Ali, I ain't 6'3". Well, with the facts I may smear a point or two, but the point is to keep the story moving through. So please, lend me your ear. Forgive me my inadequacies, and thus, for a dozen cards, divide one man. I come in, 210, 212, like when I was young and fast. Daddy, some boy stole my bike. Well, I tried to get it back. I did. I followed him home and, well, I don't know, just across the track. Well, of course I'm going to go back there. I got to get my bike back. Well, I know I'm only 12 years old, but Daddy, teach me how to fight. That way, next time I see that boy, I can whoop him. I just want to sock him right in the nose. Well, I hated every minute of training, but I said to myself, suffer now, live the rest of your life as a champion. To make America the greatest is my goal, so I beat the Russian and I beat the Pole, and for the USA, won the medal of gold. Italian said, you're greater than the Cassius of old. We like your name, we like your game, so make Rome your home, if you will. I said, I appreciate your kind hospitality, but the USA is my country still, because they're waiting to welcome me home in Louisville. So, Cassius Clay walked into a bar the other day and he said, let me get 2 burgers and 2 shakes. And the bartender says, we don't serve Negroes. And he said, well, that's okay, because we don't need them neither. This thing on? Okay, well, that joke was censored because I'm so white, but y'all get the punchline, right? He was treated different because of the color of his skin. But come on, folks, it's just a bunch of melanin. I'd like to talk about the Nation of Islam now. I hope that's not too much of a sacred cow, because the Black Panthers, if you will, attracted a youth from Louisville. You are no longer subject to white supremacy. Well, that's a stance I take in 1960. That's the battle, and I'm Howard Cosell coming to you live from ABC Wide World of Sports, weltering and melting in Miami with the Louisville Reds. Cassius Clay. Mr. Clay, Mr. Clay. Many people say you have no business in the ring fighting Sonny Liston, the world heavyweight champion. Liston says that you are a loudmouth and that he prefers to speak with his fists. Cosell, man, it ain't bragging if you can back it up, and I am the greatest. I'm hollering loud so I can back up every word. I want everybody out there on TV to know it. I am the greatest. Liston ain't no champ, he's a chump. He's just a bunch of ugly flailing on, and I am pretty. Man, I'm poetry in motion. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Ah, rumble, young man, rumble. Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. Man, since Liston's so great, I'll knock him out in 8. What do I remember about Cassius Clay? Well, I rode with Clay from the West Coast down to Texas for this tour of fights. Amateur fights, before Liston. It was a pretty wild ride. We went by train, and, well, the kid would be standing shouting out of the carriage, "I am the greatest! I am the greatest!" He'd shout this at the passing cars and sheep and fields and stuff. Then after a while, he started singing this number by Chubby Checker. You know, about the twist. "Come on, baby, let's do that." Except he didn't know the words. He just kept on and on singing, "Come on, baby, let's do that twist. Come on, baby, I am the greatest." See, 700 miles of twisting, and I am the greatest. I told him, sing anything, the Charleston, the Boogaloo, any damn thing, but get off the twist. The twisting, I am the greatest, for 700 miles. It drove me crazy. In the chapters of legends, this one goes down as how our young hero won his crown. He was so sure he'd win, he kicked the round. If he lost, he swore he'd leave town. Liston was old and formulaic compared to Clay, the fastest pugilist ever to parlay. 22, cocksure, he smiled and obeyed, too pretty to be mangled and made. While others threw punches, whoosh, whoosh, he exacted blows with a zoosh like lightning bolt. Quick punch he'd throw that would put a stagger into his foe. Around and around the ring he'd float. Ramble, young man, ramble. Fights like Bruce Lee. Dances like Gene Kelly. And for those of you who don't know a hook from a cross, well, let me tell you, this ain't your mama's applesauce. 7-1 was the bet that was set because there was no love for a loud black kid yet. They thought Clay had lost his mind, was barking up a tree, gone insanely crazy. He had interrupted Liston's workout. Gabbard and John talking about knocking the champ's teeth out. He must have been crazy. Liston was in the mob, a real mean sob. But maybe it was his tactic to psych him out, because without a doubt, the last person I'd want to face is the one who might be crazy. But once the fight began, Clay's dominance was prominent. Even Liston's cheating tries to rub liniment into Clay's eyes couldn't deny that this was the story of Liston's demise. And Sonny Liston's not coming out of his corner. Cassius Clay's corner erupts, and I'm going up into the ring. Cassius, I am the greatest thing that ever lived. Yes, and I upset Sonny Liston. I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest. I don't got a mark on my face. Yes, I know God. I know the real God. Now, wait a second, Cassius. I'm pretty. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. I shook up the world. Now, hold on a second, Cassius. Let go of the microphone. What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by any other word, would fight as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called. I have converted to the Nation of Islam. I am no longer Cassius Clay, but Clay is a slave name, and I did not choose it, and I do not want it. Slavery was no myth or mystery, just old-fashioned American history, a distortion, a contortion of biblical proportions of how we almost died, but instead we survived. But the story ain't over. Don't you roll over and go to sleep. Sit up and pay attention. For what reason was it important to you, and I know why, but I want you to tell the audience watching at home to change your name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. What's your name? Howard. Howard what? Well, Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell is white. He got a European name. I met a brother, he had dashiki, African robe, sandals, real black. I said, what's your name? He said, George Washington. Afro name, George Washington. See, there's something about the American black people that still got slave names. I hear that. I love the truth. See, if I said, here comes Ching Chong, you look for Chinaman. Here come Lumbaba, Africa. Here come Weinstein, Jew. Here come Miltenberger, German. Here come Jones. And you don't know what color he is till you see it. I hear that. I love the truth. I don't care if you go to church or mosque or synagogue. I don't care if you're a Catholic, a Baptist, or Methodist. I don't care what you are. When I hear the name, I want the truth. Good evening. Tonight, on tonight's docket, I have with me World Boxing Champion Cassius. I apologize. Muhammad Ali is here. You have every right to be called any name you please, and I apologize. Reports are that your draft status has changed from 1Y to 1A. Man, I don't know how I was touching 1Y or whatever, and without touching me again, all of a sudden I'm 1A. Man, I never said I was the smartest champion. I said I was the prettiest. See, they know ain't nobody take my title in the ring, so they're trying to get me killed. Well, no, sir. I ain't draft dodging. I ain't burning no flags. I ain't running off to Canada. I'm staying right here. Man, if I wanted to die, I'll die right here, right now, fighting you if and I want to die, because you my enemy, not no Chinese, no Japanese, no Vietnamese. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want equality. Man, if I thought this war would bring freedom, justice, and equality to the peoples of the world over, I'd join tomorrow. You wouldn't have to draft me. I ain't got nothing to lose by standing up for my beliefs. I go to jail for 4 or 5 years. So what? I've been in jail for 400 years. I ain't got no court, no Viet Cong. No Vietnamese ever called me nigger. Wrong! You can't be saying that sort of word. Look, no, it's okay. It's just a word, and words are nothing but the power that we give them. And this disclaimer is ruining my rhythm. Yes, but that's not a white person's word. It's define racism, because that's absurd. And it's a quote. Express the man's thoughts. Yes, but at what cost? Just to keep it taboo? No, it's the point to prove. Because in 1967, facing Vietnam aggression, Cold Wars, Red Scares, and assassinations, the biggest trouble in Muhammad Ali's life was America's racial strife. Not some commie the world away. So much so that to this day, him losing the prime years of a boxer's career seems inconsequential. He was ready to go to jail. And I think Mr. Muhammad Ali would agree with my sentiment of being free to say what one sees and believes, because we both like the First Amendment. Sir, damn the money, damn the heavyweight championship, damn everything. I will die before I sell my people and my beliefs for money. This war is against the teachings of the Holy Quran, and I am a conscientious objector. No doubt, this is nominally the land of the free, the home of the brave, but a century prior, in Glasgow and Dire Straits, shackled slaves, folks still thought separate was equal. Jim Crow was racism's form and slavery's sequel. Can't vote, can't speak, can't even publicly eat. But Muhammad Ali was a brand new type of man, with black power flowing out his tongue and through his hands, running with his own plans, like the man Jesus Christ he's forsaken, up with the radical Islamic group he's taken. And he could beat up anyone who stood in his way. And now, he was on the front line, holding anti-war signs, speaking his mind during one of America's most volatile times. A.K.A. Cassius Clay was the white man's worst nightmare, some would say, because despite the glare, he would stare down the despicable and the hypocritical. When a man stands alone, if it were easy to change the world, everyone would do it. And now, Ali plays the martyr for liberty. Joe Brady just told me on this show that if you could find your way into the ring anywhere in this country,
So what type of response does that get everywhere else?
Oh, so man, there you go.
A lot of like urban spaces, like cities,
You should have asked old Smoking Joe. What have you been
like people
smoking?
ignore it.
He ain't
And
gonna talk
like,
no
and
problem
people do
because-
engage. It's usually pretty supportive. It's nice performing on a campus and like people are in a mindset to be thinking and engaging. And it's nice to see like it's pretty rare that a crowd has gotten it all. Usually people are pretty kind of feel embarrassed to be sort of, I don't know, when you walk down the street, you see kind of crazy man holler and kind of you want to distance yourself. That's an average response.
They lose a couple fights.
But I mean, we've been expecting a lot more controversy, a lot more people to be upset by it. But like the only people who approach it are generally really supportive.
I'm sort of all this ain't about boxing.
Yeah.
I'm doing something much more important. I got a much bigger contender. I'm standing up against the whole United States government.
He's a theater major performance in the political science minor, yeah.
Ohio State.
Breaking news. Today, July 28, 1971, the Supreme Court has ruled in favor of Muhammad Ali over the United States draft board. I was right to back Ali.
He's been getting a lot of respect.
Major enmity in many areas of this nation. What's popular isn't always right. What's right isn't always popular. I'm just telling it like it is.
Because we're making a documentary.
I got you.
For this fight, let's
Keep it on?
something entirely new. What Goyam calls the Jew. Ali's seen it before, but what's in store I abhor. That's the rich and lead the poor. Introducing the grand miser of greed, the P.T. Barnum of boxing, the king of the ring, one John. Well. Well, this is my circus, money is my purpose. Watch them fight, watch them brawl. Go ahead, bet it all. Pay-per-view on HBO, on my medal, rolling dough. Who cares if they get hurt? I hope they bleed on the screen because no one's eyes will avert. Does that sound mean? Well, let's put it in Africa. That way everyone has to pay to see it, and it will cost me next to nothing because who there has ever heard of human rights? It will be a wonderful spectacle because the king has come with two black fighters. Pew, pew, pew. That's the kingdom come. These rumble in the jungle rhymes good enough for me. It will sound great.
Here, I'm traveling with another friend of yours. Here's my information. I'm so sorry that I don't have his card on me right now, but
You got another card? Because I love his email,
for sure.
From Scott Nazaire, 1974. Awaiting. Awaiting the fight of the century. Two heavyweights are just battling out in the fight of the century. George Foreman against Muhammad Ali. Though Ali and I have a story to say, I surmise George Foreman will be the end of Ali's Phoenix-like ride. I'm just telling it like it is. Hotel man, you always talk about Muhammad. You ain't the same man you was 10 years ago. Well, I asked your wife, and she told me you ain't the same man you was 2 years ago. For this fight, I done something different. I done wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. You know I'm bad. I have murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. Man, I'm so mean I make medicine sick. George, if you out there listening to this, take my advice. Get a gun. I ain't here to fight for me. I'm here for something much bigger. I'm here to do something much more important. I'm here to set the light on the condition of these people here. Those who got no shoes, no clothes, no food. I ain't stepping in that ring just for myself. I'm doing it for the people of the world over. Showing them how to be a champion. Come on, George. Show me something. They told me you was a big hitter. Come on, that all you got? Come on, hit me again, George. Come on. What is Ali doing? He's running for him and hit him over and over again. Like a punching bag. Come on, George, you know the 60 punch. Your mom hits harder than that. Let's go. Come on, George, show me something. Ali's pointing down looking up the rope. Again. Ali comes out of his protective shell. Foreman seems to be tiring. Down goes Foreman. Foreman goes down. Muhammad Ali retakes the heavyweight crown.
Hell yeah!
Ali, Boumaier, Ali, Boumaier, Ali, Boumaier, Ali, Boumaier, Ali, Boumaier. I hate every round of getting punched, but I said to myself, suffer now, show the world how to be a champion. It will be a killer and a chiller and a thriller when I get to that gorilla in Manila. Well, let's take a second for this man who is now the subject of the Almighty's plan. Every great hero needs his foil, and Joe Frazier was a champion himself whose image was never soiled. Although you aren't the subject of this show, Smoking Joe, we're all sad to see you go. And while we're at it, Angelo Dundee, who always stood in the corner of Muhammad Ali through thick and thin, what a great friend you've been. Everything comes to an end. I know I said I can never be beat, but if all my fans out there think I can do everything I say I can, well, and they're crazier than I am. I just want to be a nice, clean gentleman now. Y'all see the showman, boxer, the beast. And now it's time for the butterfly. The man Ali listens and follows the path of God and God's vision. I made this friend before I fought George Foreman. His name was Jimmy. Jimmy was only 10 years old. He had leukemia real bad. I met him, I said, Jimmy, I'm going to be George, and you're going to be cancer, and we both going to be winners. And he liked that a whole lot. So we took a nice picture together, and I signed it. To my friend Jimmy, I'm going to be George, you're going to be cancer, we both going to be winners. Love, your friend Muhammad. And I started walking in the whole room. He didn't wait on a hope from Jimmy's dad saying how much Jimmy loved his pictures on his nightstand. But he had some bad news. Jimmy was back in the hospital. So I got everything and I went on down there about 3 hours, I guess. I think I saw the man, he was pale and sweet. As soon as he saw me, he sat right up, Muhammad, I need you to come. I always got him and I said, Jimmy, you're going to be cancer and I'm going to be George, and we're both going to be winners. He looked at me and he said, no, I'm going to meet God, and I'm going to tell him you're my friend. And I didn't really know what to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is God's not good creation, and I'm just trying to do my best to help him out. My dear friend, Muhammad Ali has been diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome. Hands that could once knock a man cold, now shake beyond control. A man who views the world as victory, the same people that come wasted 30 years of his life. I hated every second of Parkinson's, but I said, suffer now, show the world how to live like a champion. And I still finished. The people out there, I'm here because the terrible thing that happened the other day. People recognize me as being a boxer and a man of truth. I'm a Muslim. I've been a Muslim for 40 years. You know me. Some people call me the greatest of all time. And I wouldn't be here representing Islam if it was terrorists. And everyone should come to recognize the truth that Islam means peace. It's not a killer religion. And the people out there doing this in the name of Islam is wrong. Man, if I could do something about it, I would. Daddy, if I ever see that boy again, I'm going to whoop him. I'm going to sock him right in the nose.